Hi everyone, this is Kalyan Kumar and welcome to Product Review. Today's video is about another cool feature of PowerPoint. This is video number 3 in that series, and this deals with motion graphics. Now, motion graphics are digital video footage or animations created in order to make you feel that there is some kind of a movement or rotation happening, and is often used in digital video making to enhance the quality of a video. Now, most of the motion graphics are typically made in Adobe After Effects, and especially some 3D ones are made in AutoCAD or even Maya. But these are very high-end softwares, and not only is their learning curve high, the ability to use them in a particular computer is also very difficult because they consume a lot of horsepower of your computer. For example, I have a laptop which is i7 and it's 4th generation i7, but I'm not able to use After Effects in it effectively at all. It takes a lot of time of rendering. So not only are you supposed to learn the software, if learning was the only problem, then I'm sure we all can spend enough time to learn them. But the fact of the matter is you also need to have a very high-end computer with you to be able to use them and render those kind of motion graphics. So what do? The next option is perhaps we have to go and buy those motion graphics, and they're very expensive. Some of them cost anywhere between $30 to $100 for 2 or 3 motion graphic videos. If you want many of them, then it becomes very difficult. So I hit upon an idea about how to use PowerPoint, the most simplistic software that you can have, and use it to create these motion graphics. Now, typically PowerPoint is associated with presentations where you can see bar charts coming up, you can see pie charts coming up, but PowerPoint has got much more than simple presentations. For example, look at the motion graphics behind me. Now, this is a motion graphics that was purely created in PowerPoint. No other imagery, no Photoshop, nothing was used. It was simple, and it's very easy to do and very quick to do to create something like this. And once you create something like this, you'll always get more and more ideas as to how to change it, and you can create a variety of motion graphics like this. So let's go ahead and try and see how to create this particular motion graphics that I called Wavy Lines. Alright, so let me open PowerPoint 2016, and this particular animation you can do in other PowerPoints also. And gently when you click, you get this click to add title, etc. And that is not what we want. In the home tab, you have this layout. Click this layout and bring it to blank because we don't want anything here. And just zoom out. Control, and if you have a wheel mouse, just pull the wheel back and you'll be able to zoom out. Now what I do is, first of all, I'm going to create a line, a vertical line, and it's something like this. Now let me go to the Format tab and change the height. This is right now 3.19 inches. I'm going to make it 7 inches. Okay. Of course, it's not necessary that you have to make only 7, but 7 works for me. So, and I place it right at the corner of the slide, just before the corner of the slide. And if you want, you can zoom out and see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Format Shape, and I'm going to increase the width of the line. I'm going to make it 10. And it's pretty big now. But if you notice the line, it's flat. So I'm going to make it rounded. Rounded lines look a little better. And if you see the Format tab in the line, you have this cap type which is set which says flat. So now we make it round. And see what happens. It's got round edges. Okay. So you have this line, heavy line. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an animation to this. So I'll zoom out, and then I go to the Animations tab, Add Animation. I go to More Motion Parts, and I'm going to look for the up. This is down, and let's see where is up. This is up. So I'll make it up. I click OK, and then I'm going to resize this animation. I hold Shift and pull the mouse up, and you can make it go, let's say, I'm doing it arbitrarily. There is no particular calculation involved here. I think I made it a little too big. I want it not to go out of the slide. And okay, I'm going to bring it back a little so that this image is the image of where the line will finally end up. So just make it like this. Yeah. Now what I do, I change some properties. I go to this animation, I close this format, I go to the animation pane. In the animation pane, I'm going to go to effect options and I'm going to start smoothly and end smoothly, and I'm going to do auto reverse, which means it will go up and come back. And when it comes to timing, I say with previous. I want to start it the moment the slide starts, and I want to repeat it till the end of slide, so it keeps on happening. And duration, you can keep any duration. Let me just check how it looks like now. Let me increase the duration for a little bit more. Let me make it 3 seconds. It will go up, come back. Yeah. So this is what I want from this. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another animation effect. So in the animation, I go to add animation. I do emphasis and line color. I'm going to go for line color, and I'm again going to make it with previous and effect options. Now you can choose any style you want. I'm choosing this particular color, and I want it to have a smooth ending, and again auto reverse, and until the end of slide, I'm good to go. So this is what it looks like now. It goes up, as you see the colors change, then it comes back, colors are still changing, and goes like this, okay? So let me come out of that. Now I'm going to duplicate this. So hit Control Shift and just make it go up and let it go up to here. And just let's see what happens. As you can see, the lower one is going up and down, the upper one is also going up and down, and they're going together because I made the animation option as with previous. So now what I'm going to do, let me bring this a little bit more so that I can have lesser space. Let me see if this works out. Now you can give as much space. I think I'll give a little bit more. I'm going to make it go up with the up arrow key somewhere here. Let's see how it looks. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these two lines, and the way I do it is I click both lines, I hit Control and then Shift. There's a plus sign. If you see, there's a plus sign near the arrow, which means it is about to smart copy, and I bring them as close. It's up to you how much close you want. Let's say I want to bring it here. Now this line, the two lines now moving together. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, now I want to fill up this entire screen with these lines. Now the problem will be that when I try and redo the same stuff, that means I press Ctrl Shift, then with my mouse I bring the second line slightly to the right side, I get a third line. But the problem is the spacing between the first and the second may not be the same as third and fourth, and we have not actually placed them at a particular position. We have not calculated any position. We have not put any value for the position. So what we're going to do is we are going to hit F4. Now F4 repeats the previous command, and the advantage of F4 is you don't have to keep dragging it every time, and secondly it will maintain the space. That means the second line that has been kept from the first line at a particular distance, it will automatically repeat that process, but it will repeat them on the right of the second line, then on the right of the third line. So let's see how it happens. So I'm going to hit F4, just see what happens. Can you see the third line now? Line 4, line 5, just see. It is automatically repeating the same process equidistance. Now remember, to make this work, I think let me keep the last line, that doesn't matter. Now what you need to also understand is to make this F4 happen, once you copy the first line to the second line, you have to keep the second line selected. So the moment you drag it, automatically it will remain selected and keep hitting F4. If you deselect the second line, the F4 is not going to work. So let's go ahead and see what happens now. So now I have got multiple lines and see what happens. Isn't this amazing? But the problem, as you can see, is that it is a little jumpy, and at the same time they're all moving together. We want them to move as a wave, and that can be achieved only if you have a time delay for each of the animations, and this is how we are going to do it. So what we're going to do is, remember, the first, go to the top of the animation pane. These first 4 animations are one set. The first movement of up line is for the bottom line, first bottom line. This is the color change for the bottom line. This is the movement of the upper first line and the color change for that line. So these 4 form one set. So they must all have the same timing. The next 4 is what you need to change. So start from the 5th one, 6, 7, 8. Go to the 8th one. So keep selecting 4 at a time after the top 4. And then I'm going to select these 4. And I'm going to give a duration of 0.5 seconds. These guys are going to move at 0.5 seconds after the top 4. So that is how you need to select. So this is the top 4. These were the second 4. Now I'm going to select the third 4 and I'm going to give it as 1 second because I'm going to keep delaying it by 0.5. So each set of 4 will be offset from the previous 4 by 0.5 seconds. So that's going to take a while. So I'm going to do it fast for you. I'm going to fast forward this and let's complete this process first and then see what the effect comes out to be. So that's done now. I've given different timings and let's see what happens. Let's see the slideshow now. Now can you see the wavy thing coming up? Slowly the wavy thing will develop and now you'll notice it's a bit more smoother than what it was in the beginning. And you can see the waves developing. Slowly the colors are picking up color. Once all the blue lines get the colors, then this waveform will keep on happening. See, you got the same motion graphic. And to enhance this, there are various things you can do. Let's stop this. You can make the background black. So let me get out of this animation pane. Right click on any part of the slide. Format background. Solid fill, let's fill it with black. Now let's see how it happens. Now this is a little more realistic as well as much better than with a white background. So you can try it out with different background, but make sure that your background doesn't match with any of these colors, otherwise it's not going to really stand out. So with the black background, it's moving perfectly and you can see the wavy lines. Now to enhance this, you can even make each of the alternate lines with different beginning colors. What you can do is I use a particular color for the first 2 lines, the bottom and the upper one. The next one you can change the color. Then the third one you can repeat, the fourth one, so you can even do that. But you have to keep playing around with these kind of animations and see what happens. Change the different timings. Instead of 0.5 second gap, make it 0.25 and see if it works better. Increase it to 1 second and see what happens. So you can have many possibilities with the same type of animations by just changing the timings. You noticed I just created those lines, and the only way I could create the wave was simply by changing the animation properties. So those are the things that you can really do in PowerPoint, and we're going to have much more motion graphics coming up in the future videos. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I loved making it. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, do consider subscribing. I make a lot of tech related videos, gadget videos, product videos. I make top 10 videos, tips and strategies, and several tech related concepts. I explain in depth certain troubleshooting issues. Like I have a particular video on Alienware. I have a particular video on the Premiere Pro audio renderer error. So there are many of such videos available. And of course, this new series that I've started for the last 2 weeks, which is the cool features of PowerPoint. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And when you subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell icon on top. It gives you all the notifications that are required to be given to you right at the time when I post the video. So with that, this is Kalyan Kumar signing off. Have a great day, goodbye, and thank you for watching.